Greetings and salutations, viewers. It's I, Geekers, coming to you with a new Transformers review and a little different way of doing my videos. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Today I'm going to be reviewing Transformers The Last Night Leader Class Megatron. Now here he is in his vehicle mode, and I just wanted to show this off first. This vehicle mode is incredible. It is a Cybertronian jet, or spaceship, I'm not sure, but I just love how this looks. Now what's really cool is once I transform this, you're going to be wondering what this thing looks like, where the head is and everything. Well, to show you that, that is the main piece of robot kibble that you see right here, is this piece here. I love these long wings. There's the engraved Cybertronian writing. Another really cool feature is there is a lot of dry brushing on here, especially right there on the nose cone. I don't know if you can see that. What dry brushing is you take your paintbrush and you get it extremely dry. You put paint on it, but you just put very, 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 very little, and then you paint the figure. It actually just adds a little bit of like scuff marks and can really show a lot of detail. This figure actually has several places that it's seen, especially in robot mode. Not only do you have the Transformers writing, the Cybertronian writing here, you have it engraved here. I'm not exactly sure what it says. I don't speak another language. Overall color scheme, you do have this gunmetal gray with bits of gold in here, and this orange cockpit. Really nicely done. You can see some of his other kibble here, his feet, but there are guns all over the place. There's two little guns here in the front, and there's two little guns right here. Overall, this is the one thing that always gets me. Why is there thrusters here? Now I'm thinking, if this is a spaceship, then yeah, probably you'd have to have these thrusters to slow down, because rule in space, no object could. You can't stop anything without an outside force. So if you start these and just go forward, it's going to go forward until something stops it from this side, because there's no wind resistance. Molded detail on this thing is incredible. Like right up in here, you see these molded pieces as well. I do not have his sword or the boost or flame effects for these. I did get this second hand, but I did really want this figure, so I wanted to get it and show this off to you. Now I'm going to show you what this thing looks like in robot mode right now. And this is what he looks like in robot mode. It's actually really cool. I love how he looks like a giant suit of armor. The detailing of this, it looks amazing. And once you see him in robot mode, you kind of wonder what's everything to get him in vehicle mode. The arms actually extend up to form the cockpit, and his legs are the lower half. Kibble-wise for vehicle, this is just it back here of the cape and just the cockpit here on his fusion cannon, which is pretty cool because once you transform it, you have it like this, and what I like is when you do that, you have this little button here, you push it, and it springs forward, and you can extend that. Or you keep it like that when cold weather. But detail-wise on this, I love that he's not asymmetrical, meaning if you were to split him down the side, each side would not look the same. I love that one side here has this molded detail of like this part of the suit armor, and that one really lone Decepticon symbol right there. And I love how this looks. The sparse plating of the gold color really adds to it, where it's enough that there's that color break and looks really awesome. Detail wise in his head, if you look closely, he has these two real small beady menacing red eyes and just that mouth full of that gold teeth. It looks real menacing. But what I love is his battle form. That there's a little switch behind his head. If you pull up, you switch into his battle mask, which looks like a helmet for a suit of armor. That's the whole emphasis, the theme to the last night. There's a lot of knights, a lot of robots that look like giant suit of armors, and Megatron here is no exception to that. I wish I did have his sword, which was this huge blade that had this crescent moon tip to the end. But like I said, I got this guy secondhand, and I didn't get the accessories. But it was a price I couldn't pass up, so I really did want him. Overall, this guy is a fantastic looking beast of a figure. Articulation-wise, head can only swivel side to side. Arms can rotate a full 360. You have a bend here at the shoulder. There is a rotation at the shoulder and a rotation at the wrist. That can be done from both sides. The joints are just like really tight. There is no waist swivel or waist articulation. His legs, though, it has that really sharp, ratchety sound, which I just love that clunkiness, that click, 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 click. That really knows that it's going to, once you get it to the position you want, it's not going anywhere. You have an outwards waist bend. You have a swivel here at the thigh. You have a knee bend. You have a toe pivot, and you have a ankle pivot. Because none of these are ball joints, you really can't get a super over-dramatic, stylized look of posability, but you can have some really decent pose. But I just like to keep him like this. I just think having him stand like this is just very menacing, very ominous. Like, here he is, he's Megatron, and he likes to do the limbo. He's just really menacing looking. Overall, he is a fantastic figure. Being that he's no longer in stores, it might be a little bit to get him. I do hope we get a studio series of him, which will probably be a little bit bigger and more articulated, and if I can afford him, I would definitely get him. But overall, he has been one of my favorite designs for a Transformer. But then also, again, like I said, in the showing off the vehicle, there is a lot of the dry brushing here in details wise as well. But he is a great looking figure. I recommend him if you are a collector of Megatrons, because he is a more menacing Megatron to have on your shelf. And he goes great with the Voyager class of Optimus Prime, for somehow the size difference just adds to it. I'm Geekers, and this has been Transformers: Revenge of the Transformers: The Last Night Leader Class Megatron. He is totally worth it. Later.